So, like, you give it to them, you're saying?
Correct.
You give it to you when you go back in time?
Correct. So yes, we just got done talking about Doctor Strange in our Journey into Mystery episode, and I have this question to pose to the two of you. In time travel, if you were to take an item that was given to you by your grandmother back into the past and then give it to your grandmother, which then is the item that is given to you later, what happens to that item?
Like, are you saying, what are the existential implications?
Maybe not even existential, but more metaphysical implications.
The item.
So the item
is a fixed point in time if we're going by Doctor Who logic, and it can't be lost or anything. It's just it will always exist.
Yeah, essentially the item is in a time loop, right?
Yeah.
But does that mean that it no longer decays? Like, shouldn't it just rapidly decay right there in the grandmother's hands the minute that it's given to him by the grandson?
I think there are two.
This is the thing that rubs around in my brain. Like, so then what happens to the original item?
So let's make it a specific item, okay?
A locket.
Just so you said a locket?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, just so we know and we can refer to it easily. So if your grandmother gives you the locket, but then this also, like, you give it to them, you're saying?
Correct.
You give it to you when you go back in time?
Correct. So have you ever I know you've both watched Futurama, right?
Yeah.
So the thing is, I don't need any time travel advice from Mr. I Am My Own Grandpa, right?
Yeah.
Because Fry becomes his own grandfather.
He did do the nasty and the pasty.
So that is taken directly from a movie called Time Rider, with Fred Ward plays a dirt bike racer that goes into the desert, finds his way into a government experiment that then transports him back in time. And he meets his own grandmother, not knowing that it's his grandmother, and creates his mother. But in so, he gives a necklace to his grandmother that was eventually going to be given to him. Now, to me, if that item is being passed in that loop over and over, it should rapidly decay. Like it either should rapidly decay or never decay.
Now, which version of it are you talking about? When it is given to you, where it will exist into the future? That's the one that you think should decay or not decay?
When it's given to the grandmother in the past.
Now, what makes you think it should?
Because that completes the loop.
But then how would you then get it?
Exactly.
What if it was a really awkward situation where you go to give it to your grandmother and she's like, "Oh, this is really cool, but like I already have one."
That is rough. Yes.
I feel like it's like the loop for this one. I ascribe to the idea for time travel that whatever happened before already.
Okay.
I don't think it's one of those situations of you can change the past or whatever. Whatever you make happen, it will have always been.
So then in that case, it is the same locket.
Yes.
So then how does it still exist? If everything decays, all matter decays, it will always be caught in this time loop, and it will always keep going in a circle.
All right.
Yeah.
So
I think you basically only add whatever, like 30 years of wear to it.
But it's only 30 years, and then another 30 years when it goes through again, and then again, and then again, and then again.
Yeah, it's going to look old to you no matter what.
But I mean, there's a point where old is old and old is dust.
No, I think it just adds if the thing would have been 60 years old at the point where it is given to you, it's only 90 years old at that point. And then for the rest of the time that you have it, it's not an infinite loop forever where it's going back. It is only just that one amount older.
Okay.
That one little loop stretch.
I get what you're trying to say, but okay.
Basically, to the locket, it only happened once.
But to the locket, it will happen again.
It doesn't.
It has to, because like you said, if it happened, it happened. So when it's then given to the grandson or given to you again, you will still go back into the past and then give it to your grandma again, who then will then give it to you again and then go back into the past and give it to your grandma again.
Only the once. For the locket, it existed whenever it was made, at year 0. It went up to when it was given to you, loop back around once, and then just lived the rest of its life.
But if you play into the account that if whatever happened, it was never made.
That's the question.
It literally only exists because of the time loop.
My head hurts.
I don't think that the locket itself was the only time I think it could become any kind of complicated is if the locket was made. No, I take it back. There's no complication. It was made in whatever situation it was made, given, and then gone forward.
Take into another account. Take the Terminator timeline. The only reason why Judgment Day happened is because Cyberdyne finds old robot parts and then deconstructs that into the technology that they then make into Skynet, and then that then makes the robots. So if they didn't find the robot parts, how do they make Skynet?
For that one, and I'm sorry, Ian, you haven't gotten to talk about it. Do you want to address this one first?
No, I can't think of a good answer for this. Like, I'm over here trying to put science together, and I'm getting music. Like,
I mean, it helps that I'm sure none of us has really boned up on our string theory all that much. So,
in this situation, I think that there was a timeline where the stuff occurred naturally. Then the other thing happened. That timeline is gone. Because it created a loop.
But that fractures time at that point. So now we have branching timelines.
I don't think you even have a branching one. The other one is superseded. It is gone now. It's like when you're working in Photoshop and you like make a mark and you're like, shit, edit, undo, and you undo twice and then accidentally do a new mark. You erased like 2 of them, and the mark that you made that you didn't mean to undo is now also gone. That is a very specific situation. We use Photoshop. We've all done it though while drawing. I just think like the previous one does not exist now.
Okay, that's fair.
You recorded the Super Bowl over your wedding tape. You know,
like a dummy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you messed up.
So
you
now,
went deep on that one.
Like for you and your wife or whatever, that tape is gone, but you know it existed, and the consequences of those actions are very real. But now there is no longer a tape of your wedding.
No, it's lost.
I would go with the you're not supposed to change things in the past or let anybody know that you're from the future kind of nonsense. Where the minute that you hand that locket over, you have broken space-time.
So then thus the universe should just blink out of existence.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know, because
that's why time travel is not possible. Because if anybody were to have done it, they would have destroyed the universe. Like it's
unless we look at. All right, so this is gonna get kind of weird for a second.
Let's do it.
The way that I view time.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Wait. This is the start of the YouTube video. If this explanation is good enough, go ahead.
All right. This is the way that I view time. I super subscribe to the multiverse, and I feel like time, kind of like the way that we perceive time, runs at a diagonal across the universes. So all of us in any universe at any given moment are us, our conscience for that 1 second. And we're just constantly falling through these timelines where we've like our conscience is making the choice that takes us to the timeline that we're supposed to be in, or the universe that we're supposed to be in for that choice we made. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So in one of those universe that our specific conscience didn't take us there, time has blinked out of existence because somebody messed with time.
Okay.
So that universe is gone because multiverse says that there's a universe with any possibility. So the possibility that that universe does not exist is a universe.
Okay.
All right.
I don't ascribe to this one, but I understand the concept that you're
every time I talk about it, it gives me like a weird existential crisis of like, what is everybody else of me doing right now?
One of you brought Doritos to record today and started eating it like during the stream, and you went, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I didn't even think about it."
Which then
I'm not that guy.
Which then caused us to split because of my anger, and then we were just the whole podcast went to crap from that.
See, and there's a universe out there where I bring up Two Gun Kid, and it's received with positivity and not a groan.
All right. Well, I hope that the two of you will now always have that stuck in your head of wandering around every once in a while when you're just sitting there and you're kind of not thinking about anything, and then all of a sudden you're like, "Oh yeah, Mitch brought up that thing about time travel," like, and you just start thinking about it, contemplating. So,
the next time I see a locket, I will think of this. I heard you.
You're welcome. My night. No, you haven't. This was fun.
Thank you again.
Wait. To anyone out there who liked what you just saw, please become a subscriber to patreon.com/Geek Elite Media. These videos and other videos like this are one of the things that we have only for the people who are Patreon subscribers. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching the things that we do. Find us at twitter.com/Geek Elite Media, and have a good rest of your day. Stop recording. There we go.
Recording.
Now recording.
That one was breaking my brain for a minute. Like I had to think about it.